Okay. So, hello guys, this is Kapil, your moderator from this INFP group. I hope that you all are doing well. So, I hope that you all know this program by now, where 16 INFPs would be chosen among you guys who are gonna act as a guide to help us overcome the common challenges that every INFP face eventually. So, here we are again with a new with the INFP of this week. Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. How first I like to congratulate you for being like a voice for INFPs to guide us to a better. Also, we'd like to thank you for making time for us.
Of course, thank you.
So it's, can you tell us a little about yourself and like how you discovered you're an INFP?
Sure. So I was dating a girl, and she made me take the test, and I took the test, and it blew my mind. It matched me so well that it I couldn't believe that I had never known that before, and it made things that I had always done make perfect sense.
That's like how you got to know your INFP, right? But yeah. Can you tell me about yourself, right? Like what do you do and like where do you stay?
Oh, okay. So I live in California, and I am an aerospace engineer. I work in
Oh,
flight tests. Um, and yeah, I don't. That's about it.
oh, you're a aerospace engineer, right? That's pretty cool. So do you
It's
design any
fun.
planes and all? Like
Um, so I work in flight tests. So we test the planes that have already been designed to make sure that they're safe and find their limits.
hmm, that's pretty cool. Even I am a mechanical engineer.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm still studying in my final year, but yeah, as engineers we can relate.
Yeah. Well, good luck. When's your final?
Yeah, hope it goes all well. So yeah, moving on. What's the greatest and most admirable thing about being an INFP?
I say probably our authenticity. We give the world exactly who we are, and we don't hold back.
Like, yeah, we are the black sheep of the herd, right? Every time we have to prove ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to have
Yeah.
a unique.
We show the good and the bad.
Yeah, we should get like every time we feel like our way should be unique. Whatever I do, it must be in a unique way. That's the authenticity. Yeah. Do you have something that you dislike about being an INFP?
Um, Probably my inability to forget feelings, not so much to forget the people, but to forget exactly how I felt about them. It makes it difficult to move on from a relationship or a friendship or family member. But it's also a good thing because I've learned to just accept it and use it to remember those people as they were, and remember the things that they've done in my life that have made me who I am.
So like not like for forgetting um right not like forgetting them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So my case is like little different, I guess. I think I have like first stage of dementia. I get forgetting many things lately.
Yeah.
So
It's I mean, it's good to forget the things that you can't get over, I think. But
yeah, like yeah, it's like your mind sets things right, like things that are hurtful and like aren't rightful, it like forgets them, keeps it clouded.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you learn to accept things more. And so it's not that you so much get over, well, yeah, you get over things. And so you learn to accept life the way it is and move on easier.
Hmm. Yeah, as we go get older, we get like more wiser and right.
Yeah.
Yep. Then uh you say right like forgetting the like not forgetting not being able to forget the relationship you had before is like the worst thing about our personality, right? Then how do you show it off and like be grateful for being an INFP again?
Um, you don't. No, you just accept things. You learn to remember that you're not as important as you think you are. Um, you're not the center of the world. And so if you're not the center of the world, then your troubles are not the last of the most important thing. They're not the end of the world. And you get a dog. Dogs are awesome.
Yeah, even I have one. um yeah, but we surely aren't the center of the world, but we sure are center of our own world, right?
Yeah, but it's not healthy to be too much in your world. You need to see the rest of the world as well as it is.
Yeah, like if we are too much into our own world, we get narcissist.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh like yeah, as you like so much accomplished in your life, have so much accomplished achievements in your life, I'll ask this, like how do you get like how do we get our act straight, like when you are whenever we are stressed and like and nervous, like whenever I'm stressed and nervous, like we can't like concentrate on things what we are like what we gonna do, but like na how it gets.
Mhm. Yeah. So, I mean, part of it is you got to get out of your head. You got to talk to people, go see the world, go for a hike. You got to analyze what you're dealing with first. So don't ignore your problems. Don't ignore your pain, your hurt. Analyze it, think about it, and then move on. Accept it for what it is. Realize that it's only a short time, and you're going to be better. Remember the time, all other times you've had trouble, and how you got over that, and the happy times that came after that.
Hmm.
Pretty much.
So yeah, um that's for like you know why what my friends call me? They call me a capacitor.
What's what's that?
A capacitor.
Capacitor?
Yeah. Because when Assam gets sem gets over, right, um I go on that little adventures, hikes and all, go on my little adventure, like later vacation to like
Mhm.
get the things off my mind, and I get charged there. I get recharged, and when I
Yeah.
come back to my college for the like next sem, it goes like it goes pretty smoothly. uh but um as I get near to the exams and all, it gets really dreadful. I can't even concentrate a single daily task. It gets like daily stress piles up, right?
Yeah,
And when you can't get the vacation you need after like a certain time, it really messes with your mind.
definitely. So capacitor is definitely an engineering term. Definitely engineering. Um, but yeah, so the problem with capacitors is they hold a charge, but they tend to let the charge out all at once, right?
Yeah.
So you need to become a battery and hold a charge longer. But also, I'd say you need to find find little ways to escape, things that don't require a week off or something. Just find something near where your school is, or a theater. I like watching movies, so maybe a theater that you can go just be by yourself for a few hours and recharge.
You work in a extremely you work in a profession where you are needed constantly, right? With and you don't get as much as vacation or time off as like other professions, right? But so how do you recharge yourself? Like,
Um, so honestly, I don't hang out with people. So at work, I have a lot of friends. I'm a very extroverted at work. I've learned to uh, put myself out there and be seen and solve problems, and it helps me move up in the world and stuff. But when I get home, I pretty much just chill, and I don't go out or do much. The weekends, not as often, but I like to go and do stuff by myself or maybe with my family. Or if when I was married, or have a second significant other, with one other person. But I don't like to be in crowds, or um, go out and do activities with people outside of work. And that's how I recharge. In work, I always have a book with me. I always carry a book with me. If I can take a 30-minute break and go read, it calms my mind and gives me a little bit of that charge back, and that helps a lot.
yeah, so we can relate to that. uh Even like most of the INFPs, I think like no one rides likes the crowded places, right? We like to be in our own circle. And also like when in a workplaces and all, once you get comfortable, once you like spend more time there, you get extroverted around the circle, right? It's your space, you get extroverted there. My friends
Yeah.
often call me extrovert. Like whenever I'm in a group, they don't believe I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
Introversions.
Well, I can't remember when it was, but there was a point where I walked into a new environment and I had an epiphany. I was very shy and introverted, and didn't really interact with people. And I realized I could be whoever I wanted. And so I decided to walk in there and just be extroverted. And I did. I walked in there and I was like, hey, I'm Brian, and made all the friends, and it helped me out a lot in getting over that stuff. So now if I do something embarrassing, or if I see something, if I feel something is not uh, going to be seen as cool, I'll go out and I'll put it out there myself and be like, hey, look what I just did. That way, um, no one can really make fun of you if you are accepting of it.
Yeah, once you like start accepting yourself as you are, um that insecurity part goes away.
Yeah.
Also, like have you lately like visited any strange new city or something, a new environment?
Not really. I've been looking for a house, so I've kind of been staying in the area and researching stuff. Also, I've been having a lot of work going on and working a lot of hours, so mostly I've just been relaxing, honestly.
Yeah, like knowing your schedule and all, you need that much relax.
It's comes and goes. Sometimes we don't have much going on, and other times it's just slammed.
Hmm. So yeah, moving on. Like how do you deal with depression or distress in your life?
Puppies, they take the stress away. No, you know, once again, you got to get out of your head. It's you got to stop thinking about the stress. That's actually one of my hardest things. I get home, and if there's a problem at work and I didn't solve it, I think about it, and it keeps me from going to bed to sleep. Um, Finances, you're just about to fall asleep and you think about that bill that you have due. So for times like that, I read a lot. If I'm reading, or even more so than movies, in a movie you can think. When you're reading, it's kind of hard to think about anything other than that world and that life that you're reading about. So yeah, I read a lot.
Reading's pretty good. I guess like for every INFP it varies. Some like to read, some like to like express themselves in poems and all literature, sketching, painting. Personally, I like to watch anime. It takes my
Okay.
mind off things.
Yeah, definitely. So if you can get, and some movies and shows are like that, if you can get totally into it, then
Hmm.
it works the book for me.
Yeah, that's like how it works right now. Once we to get our mind off things, we get like simulation, a
Yeah.
deeper thing. Yeah, next turn. Okay. Huh. How do you deal with overthinking? Like if you're doing some work, and like in your head, it goes like you imagine every worst case scenarios. Like we are kind of statistic persons, right? Then, like, do you face these things?
Yeah, of course. So I think this is something you deal with once again a little bit better when you get older. Uh, as INFPs, we we take our experiences and we pass everything that we see through our feelings and our experiences and decide on them. So the more experiences you have, the more uh, you can realistically see your situation and analyze it. So think back to the times that you've had problems like this before, and how many times did it actually work out the worst possible way. Usually it's somewhere in the middle. And if you can come up with a good way to deal with that, you can make it even better. You know, you just uh, a lot of times, if it's a bad situation, if you just go into it with a good mindset, you can make it into a better situation.
Hmm. Yeah. It works pretty well, I guess. Um. My elder brother once like suggested me when I was in my school days, like in third or fourth grade. I used to cry a lot. And like every day I used to like fake being sick, not not to go school. And like it was really overwhelming in the school, right? With all that people and all. So he suggested this thing: keep on a smile on your face the whole day, no matter what happens, the day will get better. And it worked that day.
Yeah.
and and so on. Like whenever I like feel I have a bad day, I just put on a smile on my face. It works out pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you can manifest exactly what you need, especially as an INFP. Once again, we pass all our situations through our feelings and our experiences. So if you make those experiences positive ones, then and feelings of positive ones, then you can be positive. That's exactly how I became more extroverted. I said, I'm super shy, but I'm gonna act like I'm not shy until I'm not. And it worked. Um, and yeah, if you put a smile on your face and you act like you're happy, you'll find you will be a happier person.
Yeah, fake it till you make it, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, moving on. Um, yeah, as an INFP, what were the biggest challenges you face?
um, what kind of challenges I face?
Yeah, biggest challenges. Like still now in your life, like what were the hardest thing yet um that your personality made it difficult for you?
Hmm. Um, I'd say, I mean, getting over people is always difficult for us. We see the possibilities of who someone is and what they could be to us. And so when that possibility doesn't manifest, it's difficult for us to accept that. Uh, that same thing with situations when you can be that person or you can do that thing and then it doesn't work out. It's like it goes against reality to us, the reality that's in our head, and that's kind of difficult to deal with.
Yeah, same thing happens with me. uh, there's a word for us, lovefuls. Like once, every time a certain person talks to us in a nice way, or in a, like, if they like even show that they care for us, we go on in a mind building a relationship, having
Yep.
kids with them just the very next second. And like eventually that doesn't come true. It happens with me all the time, with all my crushes, all my relationship, everything, every time. But like we get over it, right? We do get over it.
Yeah.
As time passes, we meet new people, and eventually that fades away. But the
Yeah.
thing is
e-
same.
every, Sorry, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything in my life always works out better in the end. So uh, the person I thought was the perfect person that was perfect and I was going to marry and was going to be the best thing ever. When I meet the next person, the person that's even better than that, you look back and you're like, oh no, I projected on that person. That person was not who I thought it was. I just, like you said, I had a whole relationship with them in my head.
Hmm.
And so I put a lot of those things that I foresaw in on them, but that wasn't really them. So that's something that INFPs struggle with is don't, especially when a relationship ends, don't remember the things that weren't actually true. Only try to remember the things that they actually did, and you'll find that a lot of that was probably bad and was good to move on from.
Hmm. That was like as far the relationships are concerned, right? Like, do you face any challenges at work? Like in your initial days, like did your personality made it difficult for you?
Yeah, yes, sometimes because I I'm very professional. I'm very outgoing, but I'm also extremely uh, sure of what I'm sure of. So especially as an engineer, um, I I have ideas and I have techniques and I come up with things. And so when someone uh, doesn't agree with that or debates me with that, I can tend to hold on to my beliefs and my theories and not let them go. So that's something I've struggled with.
Yeah, most of the time what happens is people don't understand us. Even if our idea is great, and it works out perfectly, they don't believe us. Like,
Yeah,
um, I think you experienced this. Uh, it isn't very professional. Like like they look down on us, right?
yeah. And so yeah, I mean, you learn to deal with it though. But yeah, keeping your emotions in check is definitely difficult for us at work sometimes, but also very important for us.
Hmm. Like, well, first thing is believe in yourself, no matter what.
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, um, like these are the challenges, and addressing, and like how do you empower your, like how do you upgrade yourself?
Um, well, I mean, so you just use your superpowers. As an INFP, you may not realize it, but you have a lot of skills and superpowers that a lot of other types don't have. We have the ability to read people in a way that most types can't comprehend. we look at people and we look at situations and how they act, and we can see both their weaknesses and their strengths, and we can see how to what we could do to make them better, to make them happier. It builds cohesion in the workplace. It builds great friendships. Uh, use those powers to do good and to increase your standing and your friendships.
Yeah, you said right. Like we can read people. Like, but how do you? How did it helps in your workplace? Like, can you predict their behavior and all?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, it helps me for the people that work for me. I know how they work. I know how to deal with them. I most of them, a lot of them, I might not say, hey, I need you to go do this. I say, hey, can you go do this for me? And just that change in one word, one or two words, can make a big difference. Or if they're doing something wrong, instead of saying, hey, what are you doing? I go, don't you think you can do this? It just depends on the personality of the person that I'm dealing with. So that helps. For the customers that I deal with, I can anticipate what they're looking for and how the best to interact with them. And for my leadership and bosses, I can I can anticipate what they're looking for too, and what I can say to um, better position me to be where I need to be.
It is easy with some personalities. Like we can change a word and so, and like we can get done things from them. Okay, but there are some personalities who are extremely difficult for us to handle. For example, ENTP and ENFJ, such personalities. But I'm sure you experienced. Like, how do you deal with those people?
Um, you don't know. um, you learn to just accept how people are, and yes, they're difficult to deal with, but we can still kind of read them and figure out the best way to deal with them. There's people who always have to be right, and so you deal with them by letting them think what they want, but then pointing out a better way. It's just you got to deal with each person uh, a different way, and I think that as INFPs, we're pretty good at figuring that out and doing that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's pretty exhausting. Like,
Yeah, oh, definitely exhausting, and that's why I go home and I don't hang out with people after I get home.
uh, people are always constantly needy. Like once you like understand them and help them do certain things, they always like they become clingy to you.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, um, yeah, uh, like till now in your life, I'm sure you are seeing yourself evolved through like many things. Comparing to your past self, you are much more wiser and evolved presently, right? Then, like, what role have yourself as NP played in this evolution?
I'd never really thought about it. So being able to read people and judge a room and figure out how best to deal with it, that definitely helps. Uh, Certainly, when I was younger, I had a real hard time accepting things as they were and people as they are, accepting that people don't love me the way I love them, or uh, accept my work ethic the way I see it. But as you get older, you learn to accept those things and realize that what other people think doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel about you. So I've learned to love myself, and honestly, I just do the best I can to be the best person I can, and I've done quite well at that, I believe. And so I am quite proud of myself, and that helps me pretty much in every aspect of life. Just from excelling at work to going up out to meet people, even romantically. I used to just assume automatically that no one could like me, but now I think, man, that person could like me. Why don't I give it a shot? So uh, that helps. I can't remember what the question was, but
Yeah, it was yeah, it was point on, I guess. So yeah, what's the greatest thing that about being an INFP that helped you become the best version um that you are right now?
um, so we're very empathetic, and we are accepting and willing to see people as they are and deep into them, and that helps be a better person if you can also turn that back on yourself. So you need to be empathetic, not just to those around you and those you love, but to yourself. And also there's a thing, you can call it fate, karma, uh,
Destiny.
the Lord, whatever you want. But doing good has always come back to me in the end. I've always done the right thing. I've always stopped to help the person change their tire or whatever, and I've never regretted it. It always, it, if only to make you feel better as a person, it always helps and always comes back to you.
Yeah, that's a karma for you, right? You do good things come back to you.
Definitely, that's my experience in 40 years. It's always worked.
Mm, yeah, we also got a like code of ethics, right? We got a principles and rules that we stick to it, and like it helps us to like become morally conscious to and not feel guilty of anything, and it helps us to believe in ourselves, right?
Definitely, yeah. So our core values are created from experience. We've done things or seen things and tried them out and seen how they worked and built them into and how they made people feel, how they made us feel, and built them into a core value. So you can make your core values. Some of them are hard set, you're never going to change them, but others you can actually create. And so I've actually done that with some things. One of them, for instance, is uh, always leave a place better than, or a place or person better than where you when you arrive there. And it's hard sometimes. Like I'll be walking through the parking lot and you'll see a piece of paper on trash on the floor, and you'll walk by it, and then I'll remember, wait, I've decided I have a value that I will pick that up, and so I'll go back and pick it up. And sometimes it's hard, but after you do it, you feel better, and that feeling better about it comes back to that core value and reinforces that core value. Same thing with helping people. If you if you decide you're always going to stop and help that person on the side of the road, uh, it becomes a core value because you see the happiness on their face when you do that. You see what you've done for that person, and once again, it comes back to you. So definitely,
But you know, right? People aren't always grateful for what you do.
that's okay. They don't have to be. That's one of my core values is I don't do it. I don't do it for other people. I mean, it's great when you get the recognition, but I don't need the recognition. I know I'm a good person, and those who know me, those who love me, also know I'm a good person, because even though that person that I stopped to help wasn't grateful, the people, my friend that was in the car and has always seen me stop and do that, or my mom who knows that I'm always helping someone, knows that I'm a good person, and that's all I need.
What like close like what a family like close loved ones thinks of that all is not that all that matters, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, to our last question, um like can you describe for, being an INFP in 3 words?
I mean, I think the number one is authenticity, and then empathy and awesomeness.
Surely, authenticity, empathy, and awesomeness. We surely are awesome people. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, we'd like to thank you again, and we are grateful for the valuable experience and insights. Thank you, Brian.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to address this to the members. Like, if you people got any queries or any questions, you can like put it down in the comment box, and we try to answer it, right? Okay, that was it. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good
Bye.
day too. Bye.